guys, MFWest here, and today we have a Mythic boss guide for Terros in the Vault of the Incarnates for Unholy DK. So today I'm just going to show you guys my talent setup and just my gear, and we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to help you guys kind of min-max a lot of things on the fight as Unholy. I've killed it twice now, so it's the second kill, and I just want to give you guys my perspective. I believe at the time the kill was around rank 7 in the world for Unholy, so decent damage, and yeah. So let's go straight into it. So the gear, I'm 410 item level. I've got 4-piece. I've got a 4-2-1 weapon in the vault, and I have a normal manic grief torch as well as I dumped all my valor into the puzzle box. Okay. Yeah, my embellishments are Frostfire and Lariat, along with the food embellishment on the wrists. So, yeah, pretty standard. Also have the Jeweled Signet of Melindris as well as Seal of Diana's Chosen on Heroic from the weekly last week. So yeah, gear's pretty well geared, guys. 410, not bad at all, along with 4-piece. So yeah, talents. This is a very stock standard single target rotate talent build for Unholy. I've just opted and made sure that I've got anti-magic zone as well. I think that Unholy Endurance is important as well, so you get 15% damage reduction. Really helps for clearing your soaks, and yeah, nothing really massively out of the ordinary. I'll put this build in the comment section down below for those of you that wish to use it. Alright, let's get straight into the commentary, guys. Let's go. Alright, guys, before we get into it, a few things I want to note. Puzzle box is a huge deal here for your opener. Your gargoyle windows are what are going to make your damage really high on this boss fight, along with timings. PI, I think if your raid is not giving you PI, that's an absolute troll. Unholy almost has double the value of PI over the next target. It's just so insane for both our army and gargoyle. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys every bit of detail that is going through my mind for this fight, and it's a lot of detail. Some of you guys might like it, some of you guys might not, but hey, whatever helps you improve your gameplay, and as well I'll call out my mistakes as well. So let's get straight into it. On pull, I am going to be, also just so you guys know, the rotation is down here on the bottom right so you can watch it, but one thing I want to note here, so I've got PI basically on pull. This is not optimal at all. If you can ask your priest to give you PI roughly when you're pressing. You can ask him for when you press Gargoyle or when you press Apocalypse. You're just going to get like an extra 1 or 2 casts out of your Gargoyle, which is like a lot of damage. So yeah, just something to keep in mind if you can ask your priest. And the next small thing that I do here is I AMS. So I AMS so that I can get more runic power from this ability. So the actual damage here in the soak, I've AMS, so I'm going to gain runic power from that. I'm trying to min-max as much runic power that I can to juice my gargoyle, guys. So that's a really big deal. So yeah, opener's pretty straightforward, guys. You know, you're going to skyrocket up to the top of the meters. Let's watch the gargoyle damage here. Before we do that though, this little section here, I don't know how your guilds are going to do it, but for us, we move out to the right here after baiting impact. We then move over here. Now, for the actual mechanic here, Infuse Fallout, you need to have a defensive, ideally, for every single one of these. The only times in the fight you're going to die is when you're dropping this debuff as a stack on melee, or when the pillars are being broken by the tanks. Those are the only 2 times where you should die on this fight. And you have a million defensives to use, so let's just go through and see what I'm pressing for each of these. Now, for this one actually, for the first one, I'm not pressing a single thing because the raid's pretty much top from Link. Okay, so I am holding my cooldowns here. Watch out, if there are any last minute soaks, you have to move out of the swallows in the ground. But yeah, again, I only press as well, one thing to note as well, I'm only pressing Grief Torch when I know there's no mechanics or anything down on the floor. So I press Grief Torch there. You have to be very careful, you don't want to greed Grief Torch when there's mechanics on the ground. And then it's pretty much stock standard here, guys. So we're going to be sending Dark Transformation on cooldown with Apocalypse, and we'll go through like how those cities align. Stacking in for the soak, moving out of Aftershock, and again, this is like the only scary time we're taking damage. I am Z here with the Dis Dome, that's my spot in the rotation for cooldowns, and we are bing chilling. Yeah, pretty stock standard, guys, nothing really here. Again, same thing. Now, I AMS here and Death's Advance. So, AMS here, literally my health does not move. It is so good. Now you can almost AMS every single one of these phases, and I Depths Advance and AMS every single one of these. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm getting rid of my debuff ASAP. If you don't have AMS, IBF or Lichborn, you have 3 options to press. We gate over for the Annihilation, and we're stacking again on our Square Enhanced Shaman marker. Okay, so I've sent my 3rd Dark Transformation, and it perfectly is synced with the Dark Arbiter, so it'll still be fine. So I line up here, we go down, we move out, Death Advance. You basically want to be saving your Death Advance for dropping your stacks in melee and the pillars. That's the main 2 reasons why you press Death Advance. And you should never have problems getting hit by mechanics. Okay, so there's going to be one more Dark Transformation before I press Arbiter, and you'll watch as it comes up here, guys. So for this one, I IBF because I haven't got AMS and pretty much chilling. Like, there's a lot of personal accountability in this fight for each DPS to make sure that they don't die. So you have to make sure you're rotating through defensive CDs. Now, I press Dark Transformation. It's 2 seconds off alignment with Gargoyle. So honestly, perfectly fine. Honestly fine. Now you want to hold your Empower weapon here, guys, for your Dark Arbiter. Don't send it when it comes off cooldown. I Grief Torch because I know there's no mechanics coming out here, and we're looking good. We're looking good. Damage is good. Raid's up. We've got 1 Brez available. So yeah, move out to the right. Death Advance. Again, here we're gonna pop something here. Unfortunately, no defenses, but I'm full HP. Now, if I see myself 70 or 60% HP, I'm probably gonna Lichborn and press like a Healthstone or something. But you can live that as a Death Knight with the amount of HP that we have. Fine. So we go over the stack here for the bait, and we're going to be taking the portal out. Now, this is our next window. This is our 3-minute window. This is our next massive window of damage, okay? So let's just watch how it goes down here. Take your time, Army of the Dead, you know, get Dark Arbiter, Dark Transformation, and begin your rotation. This Priest will PI. It actually lines up with his ramp as well. Infuse Fallout comes. I IBF to make sure that I don't die. Stack in for this as well. And we're going to go pretty low there as well, guys. And yeah, we're going to AMZ here for this Pillar Break with Darkness and Link. And yeah, we're going to feed our DA as much as we can here, so we finish on a 1.1 million Dark Arbiter, which is pretty good. I Grief Torch there, and as that swell's coming out, that's very dangerous. Okay, I should have remembered the cooldown on that. Pretty dangerous stuff there. I could have got me killed, but we're okay. So that was our massive 3-minute window. There is potential for us to get 1 more, and as time goes along in the raid, we're not going to get this next Dark Arbiter with better gear, unfortunately. So I move it back a little bit so our range can go in line, and boom, down it goes. Death Advance out immediately, and we're now in execute range. So Soul Reaper is your #1 priority here. It should be the button you're pressing every single time first. Grief Torch, safe place inside the dome. The fight's getting into the crunch time now, so we've got a healer dead, so it's quite scary. If you see your health low, you have to also look to be death striking after the big hits as well. So this is my AMS for that Mythic drop. I'm full HP, I'm chilling, so very careful here to live. Living here is super important, guys. And pressing Soul Reaper on cooldown is pretty much the priority. We send Dark Transformation here because we still have a minute or so left on our on Dark Arbiter. And yeah, this next 25% feels like it takes forever, but we're sitting on 80k DPS here, which is pretty good. I Lichborn this drop, so I have some damage reduction, and we have to line up this pillar here. I can't get in line. I kind of stack it behind. It's a bit sus. I could have done better there to move further back, but it is what it is. And we break the pillars here, guys, and we're chilling. So I have AMS for the next melee drop, so I should be safe here, guys, in terms of that. Dark Arbiter is coming up in 1 minute, and I'll be able to reduce army as well down to that below. So we're going to move here, we're going to drop our AMS, boom, full HP, chilling. Move over to the left here, and we're running out of room because that's just how this fight goes. The disc, he PIs me here just to get his ramp off. Doesn't matter if it doesn't line up with my army, like, it's more important that he gets the healing out, so perfectly fine. For some reason, I have not reapplied Virulent Plague on the boss, so that's just rotational mistake from me, and like not watching that I haven't got it up. There it goes. I AMZ this pillar break. It's important that we live. Someone dies, and I get a reset on my Grief Torches. Look at all the Grief Torches go off. Army is 9 seconds away. Dark Arbiter is 14. We are about to get our 3rd massive window of damage, okay? So I'm holding. I'm being very patient here with my cooldowns. I'm not freaking out and sending them off for no reason. So our army here into Dark Arbiter, and now watch me rise, guys. 73k. We should rise about like 6-7k DPS here. So there's only one more like movement, and that's to move out into the puddle on the floor. And this is the do or die. So here we have to kill before we die, basically. And Dark Arbiter's got 9 seconds left, 8 seconds left. It's ramping. Unfortunately, I don't get the full Dark Arbiter off. It's got like 2 more seconds left before the boss dies, but it's almost a perfect DA. Honestly, it actually probably just finished as we killed it. And that's going to be the fight, guys. So we've got 3 full Dark Arbiters in that fight. And I think with gear, that third one, you're not going to get. So, unfortunately, it would just be a 2 Dark Arbiter fight, and you'll get, like, yeah, it'll kind of suck, but you're only going to get 2, and that's how it's going to go. I'm just curious how much my Dark Arbiter did on pull. 1.6 mil on pull is okay. Like, the highest I've got is 2.2 mil, but a 1.6 is not bad at all. So yeah, guys, honestly, one of Unholy DK's strongest fights, because of its pure single target DPS, kind of style fight, and the fact that it complements our defensive toolkit so well. It's a really good fight for DK. You always have something to survive. So we finished the fight on 79.1k DPS. And there you have it, guys. Please pop any questions you have down below in the comments. Follow me on socials at MFWest on Facebook and Twitter, and give the video a thumbs up if you learned anything. Thanks, guys. See ya.